Alright, I'm gonna skip the intro here. Let's go to the tape. New tape. New tape, new tape. All new tapes. This was volume 1 yesterday. This is volume 3 now. And it was volume 2 yesterday and volume 1 the day before. And this is a brand new one.
Be doing something to them, and that means
I'm gonna look for the
hitting
code.
military targets in North Vietnam, retaining a residual force in South Vietnam, and continuing the mining of the harbors in North Vietnam.
Apollo 16 lifts America back into space and gives our astronauts a dune buggy tour of lunar land.
Okay. I think that it's interesting to consider what Margaret Mead said about women who are honored in authority in this country. She said that, in fact, widows are the only such women, because what you have to do is be married to a man who has a certain position, live out your role of childbearing and housekeeping. Then, through no fault of yours, he dies. And then alone, is it all right for you to take over his job? We've decided that that's awfully hard on the men.
I missed that number. If anyone sees it, put it in the chat, please.
Vemos este hermoso espectáculo de niños en brazos de sus madres. Aquí están dos jóvenes madres con dos hermosas niñas que las abrazan.
At this rally in Silver Spring, Maryland, Governor Wallace's campaign is crushed by violence. Arthur Bremer, seen applauding a 21-year-old busboy, uses the cover of the crowd and the confusion to get close enough to the candidate for an attempted assassination.
Today was the critical operation for the governor to remove a bullet lodged near his spinal column and to find out whether the bullet had cut his spine. A controversial day in politics. A man arrested trying to bug the offices of the Democratic National Committee in Washington turns out to be an employee of President Richard Nixon's re-election campaign committee. And perhaps a significant day for the Vietnam peace negotiations. The president of the Soviet Union has left Hanoi, saying they will resume soon.
Mother Nature unleashes the fury of Hurricane Agnes across 4 states: Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and New York. 134 lives are lost. Thousands are homeless. Runs into the millions.
I can assure you that as Secretary General of this organization, I am deeply worried about this development. It is extremely serious. And it is for this reason that I decided on my own, I want to stress this, to put this question of terrorism and acts of violence on the agenda of the next General Assembly.
Next stop, Moscow. Purpose, a summit meeting between President Nixon and Soviet leaders Brezhnev and Kosygin. Agreement is reached on limitations of nuclear weapons, the sale of American wheat to the Soviets, and a trade of beverages, our soft drinks for their vodka. Another victory for personal diplomacy on a global scale.
In a field 4 miles from London Airport. The tail section was intact, but the body of the plane was demolished.
With the Paris peace talks stalled, the Vietnam War worsens. Responding to a devastating Viet Cong offensive, President Nixon orders new measures.
All entrances to North Vietnamese ports will be mined to prevent access to these ports and North Vietnamese naval operations from these ports.
But Gordon, he was in Hanoi apparently to talk about a new peace effort. He said the visit was successful and that the Soviet Union will do everything it can to bring about a de-escalation of the Vietnam War.
Paris continues to be the focal point of world attention. American negotiators arrive for another in a long series of peace talks with the North Vietnamese. Presidential aide Henry Kissinger, a key figure in the lengthy and complex conferences, sounds a premature note of hope. We believe
federal indictments Washington today in the Watergate bugging affair.
In spite of the increased security, West Germany continues to offer political asylum to hijackers from communist countries. Just last week, the West German government refused to return 10 Czechoslovakians who killed a pilot during their hijack escape to the West.
As you know, I will soon be visiting the People's Republic of China, the Soviet Union. I go there with no illusions. We have great differences with both powers. We shall continue to have great differences. But peace depends on the ability of great powers to live together on the same planet despite their differences. We would not be true to our obligation to generations yet unborn if we failed to seize this moment to do everything in our power to ensure that we will be able to talk about those differences rather than to fight about them in the future.
Peking, historic site for an unprecedented meeting between East and West. Responding to a special invitation, President and Mrs. Nixon arrive, and Premier Zhou Enlai is on hand to extend an official welcome to the presidential couple. It's Mr. Nixon's initial move toward his self-proclaimed goal, a generation of peace. A confident president, anxious to end the diplomatic freeze between the United States and China, Mao. Top aide Henry Kissinger joins the talks with Premier Zhou Enlai on Vietnam and East-West trade. The First Lady views giant pandas, a gift of the People's Republic. Personal presidential diplomacy tentatively parts the bamboo curtain.
His condemnation of U.S. military actions in Vietnam and revealing he brought back assurances from Hanoi about the release of American prisoners of war.
Including the foreign minister, talked for well over an hour with the prime minister, 2 hours and 45 minutes with the foreign minister, and I've got both verbal and written assurances about the prisoners.
Clarence Kelly, the president's choice to be permanent head of the FBI, cleared the Senate Judiciary Committee today. We'll have reports tonight on the economy, and we'll see what happened to a fat man who had part of his insides cut out in an effort to be a thin man.
Massive crowds take to the streets of the Egyptian capital. Euphoria. After 5 lean years, there are signs that Egypt is about to stand on its own feet. They are cheering this man. It was then that President Anwar Sadat dropped his diplomatic bomb. He announced that the Russians had been asked to withdraw their advisors from Egyptian soil after nearly a decade of Soviet-Egyptian cooperation.
Televised violence can increase aggressive tendencies in some children. We will have to manage our program.
I congratulate you for that statement.
Ballot of the International Olympic Committee Out of 70 ballots, 36 were to withdraw the invitation to the Rhodesian team, 31 were for maintaining it, and 3 were blank. This means the invitation to the Rhodesian team to participate in the games of the 20th Olympiad has been withdrawn.
The Rhodesians left angry. Representatives of Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and Uganda were jubilant. The expulsion of Rhodesia culminated a campaign that saw American black athletes pledge to walk out with the Africans. Now their teams, they say, will unpack their suitcases, give up their threatened boycott, and the Summer Olympics can go on.
Munich houses the Olympic flame as athletes from all over the globe gather for the traditional games. Officials hope that world tensions will not create an incident.
The President's press secretary said of this incident, "I'm not going to comment from the White House on a third-rate burglary attempt. Obviously," he said, "we don't condone that kind of second-rate activity." There was little Republican reaction today to the charges that they mounted a massive intelligence and sabotage operation against the Democrats.
Without moving a chess piece, he emerged world champion. Spassky had phoned the judge and conceded. With a stronger position, Fischer had achieved at adjournment the night before.
In Paris, on Avenue Kléber, in a former Gestapo headquarters, politicians have been talking for 4 years about ending a war. The truth of the matter is that the Paris peace talks, hailed as a major breakthrough in 1968, have by 1972 achieved nothing. The delegates still turn up, make accusatory speeches, and leave. And yet in other parts of Paris, secret meetings between Americans and North Vietnamese did attempt to break the deadlock. The American initiative was led by President Nixon's special advisor, Dr. Henry Kissinger. Since 1970, he has met North Vietnamese leaders 12 times. At their meetings, he offered much of what the communists demanded: the withdrawal of American forces and new elections in South Vietnam. But all offers were rejected or ignored, and the whole American formula publicly rebutted by Hanoi.
Apollo 17, first nighttime launch in history. The body of former Chief Executive Harry S. Truman lies in state. Death came at 88 after a long and typically courageous struggle with illness. Former President and Mrs. Johnson and President and Mrs. Nixon attend rites.
Mr. President, are you ready to take the constitutional oath? If you will place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand, and please repeat after me. I, Richard Nixon, do solemnly swear.
I, Richard Nixon, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve and protect
and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. So help me God.
Alexander Butterfield drops a bombshell. The president has secretly taped all of his White House conversations, including those involving Watergate. The president had already installed a new attorney general to handle Watergate. Harvard law professor Archibald Cox becomes special prosecutor. Picking up the gauntlet, Cox goes before Sirica to subpoena the elusive tapes. In his client's behalf, Charles Allen Wright pleads confidentiality to deny Cox's demand. Sirica holds Cox. He is in turn upheld by the Court of Appeals. The abrupt departure of Cox and Richardson draws a fierce storm of protest. The president backs down.
Alright,
However,
I'm
the
gonna
apparent acquiescence
stop
by
this
the White
tape
House falls
here.
short of its promise when two of the key tapes
And
mysteriously
I'm going
disappear.
to open Call of
In
Duty.
18 minutes of another tape turn up blank. Pressed for an explanation, Presidential Secretary Rosemary Woods blames it on a variety of miscues. Nevertheless, the House Judiciary Committee, under the chairmanship of Peter Rodino, is convened to consider impeachment.
It lets us play in the other window so I can keep watching, but I'm gonna jump in and find out where the spot is and what the new bunker is today.
While the president was involved, but he did not realize or appreciate at any time the implications of his involvement. And I think that when the facts come out,
We went on the pay board in an effort to try to make the controls work. It's now very clear that there's no real attempt to control inflation. The only real attempt is to control the wages of working people.
So let's see where that's gonna put us.
In the House of Representatives, there is not a member left who thinks the president will not be impeached, and apparently not many who will side with him when it comes to a vote.
Check your
Okay.
gear and weapons. We
Looks
go
like
soon.
that's it for the tape. H8 is prison. So I think there's a little shack like right here
There, I'm going.
that has a keypad on it. So we'll try that. And it looks like it's going to be 729485331.
Weekly military casualty figures were released today in Saigon. 11 Americans were killed in combat.
Yeah.
900 North Vietnamese, South Vietnamese soldiers were killed, and more than 32 South Vietnamese wounded.
In one important aspect, the backfire friendly North Vietnamese for the first time, there's a remarkable degree of political solidarity in the country. President Q is
Hostile
firmly
dropping
in
into
control.
the area.
The only
Preparation
criticism
is done.
has come
Now
from
you deploy to the war zone.
who felt they had to say something to protect their positions. Even they have not blamed for the communist successes. President Q's position is still
Was there a plate there for? Alright, I'm gonna stop the
London. Your mission is simple.
pawn take
Secure more
one.
caches of the enemy. Set a drop
Let's
point for your team.
get in the game. Guarantee it's gonna be hot.
Start there. The rest, we improvise.
I think I'm gonna go downtown, grab Chop.
I found a helo.
Looks like someone's in it already. Okay, this guy is a dick. Okay, we're gonna go for this quad then. So again, we're going to prison. So let's mark this on the map. Get there before we die. Maybe someone kills us. Come on. Come on, Des. Yeah, look at all these people coming here. The chopper headed straight for it. Pretty much everyone's doing this. Hopefully they're all cool. Don't shoot. I think this is it? No. Okay, it's gotta be this one then. Look at all the vehicles there. Alright. Yeah. Stop shooting. Okay, what do we got? Great. So we got a battery pack. The PSG sequence. Dude. Oh my god, everyone's not being cool right now. Not cool. Alright, that was pretty cool though.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Yep. Nick stack again. So these are the same documents. We do have a clock in here. I don't know if that's significant at all.
Watch the skies.
So I'm not seeing much of anything. So I think day by day they're releasing more of these documents. So we already kind of have them all.
It's open season on you fuckers.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
So multiple of the poly squares. I don't know. Seems like that's it. That's all there was to it.
Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Blueprint for the RCXD. Well, you can't see anything on the floor, that's for sure. It's just fucking filled with dead bodies. Dude! Come on, man.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Oh my god. Do I have a riot shield? Yeah, I do. So I don't know, I'm not seeing anything but the same documents we already got, which makes me think we got all of them early. and they're just kind of trickling out day by day.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
That's fucking bad. What a bunch of idiots. Alright, I just want to see
Take all they have.
a couple more here. Then we're gonna leave. We'll look at the rest of the tapes here.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Chill, chill, chill. Dude, all these dead bodies, they can't even see the floor. I want to see if there's any pictures or anything. Oh, we got another Nix charge here. Again, we already have that one.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I don't know, I'm not seeing anything new. See anything on these tapes? No. Chill, chill. Chill, chill. Alright, I did want to check this out here. Let's get...
Hostile dropping into the
this
area.
open.
Watch the skies.
Zoom out. Alright. Leaving this game. See if we can get in a different one with less people in there. Less dead bodies. But in the meantime, I'll show you this. Desktop. Cypher. So I've been looking into this, and it seems like there's a couple ways it might be solved, but we're missing information. I don't know. Difficult. I'll leave it there. Look into it again after this. See if I can find any more numbers or anything.
Use this time to practice. We'll be deploying soon.
don't know what to think of it.
Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Do one more search through there and see if we can find anything else.
Plunder. Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. All right, soldier. Mark a drop point for your team.
Hey, there's a helicopter.
Again. Seems like everyone's going right for helicopter. Cool if we could get there first. Sick. Let's go.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Hell yeah. Alright. And it looks like people are already in here.
Hostile dropping into the area. Enemy UAV
Just want to
overhead.
check the floor before there's any dead bodies in here. Red access card. Okay, cool. I mean, I know they're not stream sniping me because I ain't nothing, but it's annoying.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Stop, dude. Douche. Alright, I'm done with it.
Second chances.
It's fucking dumb.